Hello, I remembered my password. Video game addiction doesn't exist. Porn addiction doesn't exist. None of the things that are being advertised as addiction without ample studies on long term effects are fucking addictions. This has been something that's pissed me off for a while. But the way that we have sort of, and I mean we as like younger people, have given into fucking moral panics is so fucking upsetting, man. It was not even 20 years ago that a motherfucker like Jack Thompson can get on the fucking Fox News or whatever and claim that San Andreas is going to teach your kids to fight in the Iraq war. Cut to now, there are people legitimately believing that video game is addicting. It might not be addicting, but apparently it makes you stupider. Video game is addicting. What the fuck? There's people claiming that video games are addicting, that YouTube is an addiction, porn is an addiction, and it's all dopamine's fault. I hate it so much. What I legitimately believe that this is a weaponization of therapy speak. I remember when the term narcissist came into everybody's lexicon, and apparently everybody was a narcissist now. No longer was somebody just an asshole or just kind of a dick or just rude. Now someone has to be a narcissist, even though there's a legitimate narcissist personality disorder that real people fucking deal with every day. And I feel that it's the same thing with dopamine. Oh, dopamine's the demon. I gotta stop my dopamine receptors. What the fuck are you talking about? Isn't dopamine like something that your body just naturally makes? What are we talking about? This is the problem of like Googling all of your symptoms and then thinking that you're smarter than the doctors. It is active anti-intellectualism. It is so fucking insane. And it especially pisses me off with like anti-porn shit. It frustrates me with anti-porn because sex workers are such a volatile part of our... I just lost the fucking word. Sex workers are such a volatile part of the world, essentially, of community, and they are often on the front lines of stuff like this. They are often treated poorly. Their banks are taken away. They're just often treated like shit. The goofiest motherfucker you went to high school with is not the guy who is still reliving his football touchdown 10 years later. It's the guy who wore a porn kills love shirt. And this is not to say that personal preference is like not allowed. I don't care what you do in your bedroom or your living room or whatever. If you don't like porn, you don't like video games, you don't like anything else, fine, do you, man. But the implication that somehow porn and video games and YouTube are just as bad as smoking, drinking, or meth, that's fucking crazy to me. It's giving satanic panic. It's giving D&D is going to release demons into my home. And the most frustrating part about all of this is that it is simply people blaming their vices and not themselves for their actions. Like, I'm sorry. If you're not socializing, if you're not going out and living your life, it's not Final Fantasy's fault. It's yours. And that's fine, because what is the first step to solving a problem? Realizing that you've got a problem. There is absolutely nothing wrong with looking at your habits and going, damn, I'm kind of scrolling a little too much. I'm kind of, fucking around and wasting time a little too much. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what you should be doing as an adult. And when it comes to social media, there are algorithms in place to make it where you want to be there more. And that's the insidious part, right? Is that there's clearly stuff that is happening behind the scenes that is meant to keep you enticed to keep doing it. But at the end of the day, it's ultimately on you. Like, yeah, if I wanted to, I could watch YouTube all day on one screen and jerk off on the other. But the fact of the matter is, I have higher aspirations than beating my meat 24 hours a fucking day. I have bigger goals and things that I want to achieve than platinuming every game in my fucking collection. This culture of calling everything a fucking addiction is very punitive, it's very negative, and it's really fucking weird. Like, let's look at these honestly. One of these things is going to lead to you possibly losing your house, your livelihood, alienating everyone that you know, and the other is crack.